what up, what up? It's your girl, MsChloeChantel, and you are now live and direct in the chat room. Tonight's show is one I've been waiting on since I started this show a couple of weeks ago. I'm really excited for this. My guest and I are going to be breaking down the evolution of hip-hop, R&B, and pop. Where is music going? Has it taken a turn for the worse? Are we getting better? I don't know. But I do know that I have tons of questions on this topic. And I know you guys out there listening have tons of questions too. So make sure you're following us, the chat room on Instagram. Post your comments, questions, and opinions on tonight's show's flyer so we can interact and talk about these things. I got some guests in the studio with me that's going to help me kind of figure this stuff out. I got my girl Taylor in the studio and my boy Brian.
Yo,
y'all guys, y'all ready for this? Yeah. Y'all ready for this combo? Taylor, you're a singer. You're an artist. You're real creative. So tell us a little bit about what you do in music and things like that.
Well, I'm an R&B singer straight out of Houston, Texas, by way of Missouri City. What else? I sing. I love to sing. That's it.
What do you usually sing? Like, what's your style?
My style? I would say my style is more like Janae Aiko / who else? Kalani. I guess. Kalani's this chick from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has her own really cool fact. She has her own little tour going on right now. She's not signed to anybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Brian, you're a huge music connoisseur.
Yeah, I love
in a sense. Tell us a little bit about your music. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
I think since birth. I've been managing for years. I had my first group at 14. I almost had a deal with Kanye. All kind of different things were going on, but as of right now, I'm just dealing with the DJ side of it. My brother's a DJ. DJ Plus, and that's pretty much it.
Nice. Who do you look up to for musical inspiration?
A lot of people. As far as personal, one of my good friends is Cornell. He's C Murder's manager. I met a lot of people in the industry from messing with him, so that's one person if I need to talk to about anything that I would call and contact and have a good conversation about.
He's more on the hip hop side?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Taylor, you grew up in the 90s, 2000 era. Brian, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I'm a little older than that.
You're a little older. You gonna put your age? Nah, Can we ask you how old you are, Brian?
Yeah. I don't mind. I'm 30. I was born in 85. So.
You're 30?
Yeah, I'm 30.
He doesn't look
you
his age.
You do not look like you're 30.
He doesn't look his age. I'll post his picture on Instagram later so you guys can see.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he looks phenomenal. So, Brian, tell us what was hot when you were growing up? What was considered pop when you were growing up?
Pop, on the pop end, you had, during my time, it was more of the boy band thing. So you had the NSYNC, the Spice Girls, and different groups of that nature on the pop end. Maybe the beginning part of Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. She was poppy, kind of R&B-ish, but that was going on the pop end. R&B, we had the Joes, the Avants, the Aaliyahs, the TLCs, a lot of different people, man. And on the hip-hop side, I was a very, 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 very big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. So I was in love with that movement. Criss Cross also. I like them too. So
Taylor, what about you? Growing up, we're kind of the same era. What do we consider pop? Back when we were growing up.
When we were growing up, probably Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
It's interesting that we've named all these kind of our white counterparts in pop, but it's kind of now pop is a little bit more culture.
Oh yeah.
Why is that? Why do you guys think that?
I think that we finally figured out a way. I think that that's where the money is. So when you start to deal with things or trying to get into business on the financial side, you start to deal with trying to go international. And lately I've been going international, and that's where the money is. So we've had pop people like Michael Jackson that were back then that did a lot of world tours. And when you start to realize that you can make the money overseas, you have to make that kind of music. So now you have artists like Chris Brown and who else? Jason Derulo, who makes a lot of money that a lot of us don't really know too much about. Yeah. The Ushers,
They're thinking about endorsements and stuff like that. They're like, okay.
But do you think they've forgotten the music? Because it's interesting that you say that, just because I love the old Chris Brown, that R&B first album, second album Chris Brown. And it's now ever since that he's kind of crossed over, trying to bring up his audience, especially with everything that goes on with his life. Not knocking his hustle, but it's just kind of like, you're not the same. When can we get that?
I know what you mean.
That sexy, that young. Like, are we losing what music is just because we're so worried about the money?
I think it's all about personal preference. I think when you're saying like, are they worried about the money or this and that? I think that's just what Chris Brown likes. I think that's just what Beyonce likes. Like, I don't think they're giving up on music. Like, I've seen interviews and I've heard her like speak on like how she's grown musically, and I think it's all about. Yeah, what are you feeling as an artist? Because me being an artist, like, I'm not gonna limit myself. I think once you start to go through a certain like growth stage, like musically and stuff, it causes you to like do other types of music.
So you're supposed to evolve.
Yeah, you're supposed to evolve musically. I feel like now if that's the fans' fault and the listeners' fault. I do the same thing too. You can't expect the artist to keep putting out the same stuff. You just can't expect that. Like, we just can't expect that. I don't know.
I think that music is at a time period in your life. Like, the things that I'm seeing now, while I don't have a whole lot of money, is totally different than what I would see if I had $5-10 million or plus. So of course the things that I'm going to talk about, the people that I'm going to try to be around, and just the evolution of life and also finances is going to have you doing different things.
Life and music.
Exactly.
Got it. Kind of like Mary J. Blige, how she kind of goes.
She went from hard,
but it's so funny just because when she started, I remember everyone saying they love when Mary J. Blige is going through something, because when she's going through, that's when her music hits. And when she happy, it's just kind of like, I can't relate with you, Mary. I don't want to hear you. And it's kind of the same with like Brandy and Monica. We don't hear from these people anymore, and it's not that they fell off the face of the earth. They're just not there. Why do you think that is?
I think that, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
No, but actually, Monica just dropped a new album recently.
Look
a lot
at me.
of people haven't heard. But the dude Cornell he's actually Monica's first son's godfather. So
nice.
all the stuff that goes on with Monica here, I pretty much know about. But I think that you were asking, like, as far as why we don't hear from them no more, I don't want to make it racial, but a lot of black people, we're kind of finicky. We move with time, so we don't actually deal with the same artists over and over again. Once you don't hear from that artist from a little while, we tend to forget about them. But with other races and the way that they are with the people that they deal
they're
with,
loyal.
They're really loyal to their people. That's why
they even be loyal to our people.
Exactly.
They're loyal to our people than we are to our own people.
It's the truth. That's why you see, if you look at like Billboard's top 100 and things, of those people or who have made the most money year after year, it's still groups like U2 and the Beatles. They're still selling albums. So like, and that's because their people are buying it. We don't buy music, and if it's not cool anymore, we don't care about it.
Yeah.
So is it really the issue that we're not buying music though, or we just? I know we like to take the easy way out. We don't really buy albums anymore. We buy singles. We get straight off of iTunes or things like that, and that's why people say artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are not as hyped as they should be, just because we're not really buying. We listen, we respect, but we don't buy. So what's up with that? Because to me, those are my two favorite rappers, and I feel like Fetty Wap gets more attention than they do. That's the problem. Fetty Wap has 3 Billboard songs. Four songs on the charts on Billboards. Why is that?
Because he makes Billboard type music. So if you make Billboard type music, then you can get that played on the radio. So if you're making conscious music, people want to be happy. So if I'm already African American, I'm going through so much struggle. It's good for us to listen to, but I want to hear, baby, won't you come my way? I want to smile.
They worried about that 5 seconds in the club or where they in their car like, girl.
So is that the evolution that we're in now? Are we in just the whatever?
I feel like the majority wants that. The majority, like, wants to have that 5 seconds to shake that booty girl.
Right. That's what we're in.
Yeah.
That's why Nasty Freestyle is like number 3 in the top 100 Billboard charts. He's not talking about anything. And then we also live in a world of social media too. So social media like Vine videos to actually get the music to the people. That's how that end up blowing to where it gets to the mass market. It's not, you have to make sure that you're making music for everybody, not just one particular group of people. So I think that that's what the issue is.
So where are we going as far as evolution of music? I mean, back in the 80s, back in the 90s, music kind of told a story. You know, you can always relate to whatever, whether it was Will Smith rapping or Michael Jackson, whoever. There was always a story to be told. Nowadays, and I feel like kind of when we got into high school or things like that, me and Taylor, it was kind of like the Soulja Boy. That's what Soulja Boy.
The crunk.
Yeah, the crunk.
Yeah, y'all did the story.
Yeah. Y'all didn't do Soulja Boy back? You did Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was hot.
He like,
No. I was too
And just
old.
like you said, he was a social media sensation.
But see, the thing is about it, it's going to change. You know, people, we cannot stay in the same time frame. You have to let things evolve to what it's going to be. It's really just going around full circle. With me being 30, I've seen it go from the dancing to, you're talking about like, what's his name, from Miami. He used to do a whole bunch of like peanut butter and jelly time and the same things. People were dancing then.
Chicken noodle soup.
We did the dancing thing, but we also had people like Nas who was actually putting out
it
music
was just
and
more
doing that.
variety.
Yeah, it
like
was.
now we don't have that. Now it's all the peanut butter jellies.
But we still got you still got J. Cole. You still got
I mean,
Kendrick.
yeah.
But see, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I know the evolution of music is fascinating. You guys are right. No one should stay at the same playing field. But are we moving on a direction that's good? Because I feel like nothing makes sense.
You know what I think though? I think it's not all the listeners' fault. It also has everything to do with like media and like television and radio. It's radio and television's job to also say, look, we need to get a mix going on here. We can't just keep putting out the Fetty Waps and the this and the that, because there is more out there. I feel like people want to listen to that, and there are fans who are loyal to certain types of music and some people who listen to all types of music, but it's just about basically media saying, let's get this in here, let's mix it up a bit. Because it's out there. Like when I go on SoundCloud or I go on YouTube or something, I see people who have like 5 million trillion fans and they're doing their thing, and they may not be on the television. It's not that it's not out there for people, it's just that people in high places are not giving it a
platform.
platform.
I agree with that.
So is music more of a business thing? I know it's always been
It is a business
thing.
thing. It's
This
all
bring-
about business nowadays.
This brings us to Straight Outta Compton. Some of you guys might have seen that phenomenal movie that came out these past couple of weeks, and I never knew the history of NWA. I was a baby
I wanna
when that
see
came
it
out.
now.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Don't
I'm
say
not
too
gonna
much.
spoil it for anybody who's listening.
The thing is about it, you can't spoil it because it's real.
It's
life
real, yeah.
incident.
I'm not gonna do the odds and ends, but I never knew how music was such a business. How the government or anybody can always stop you from doing what you got to do based off of what you got to say.
Of course.
Tell me, Brian, you're big on the music and business. Where does the line meet? Where you could just be free and do your music, or
The thing is that, then it was different because of the fact you had so many record labels that were able to tell you, like, no, we don't like this song, or we want you to go in there and do 50, 60 songs, and we actually pick those songs that we want to put on your album, and this is what everybody gets. Now, really right now in time, there is no excuse for artists to not be able to get out there because of the fact of social media and so much stuff that you can do from, you really don't, Soulja Boy paved the way for people to actually sit at home and be able to put music out to the world or the masses to hear. There's no reason why you can't go international because you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have the Snapchat, you have everything, and it's so easy to get to these artists. It's just I think that is a lot of excuses and different things. I think that if artists would just go out here and just really hit the pavement or do what they have to do, then it'll be a lot more artists out there. Fetty Wap is doing his thing.
But see, that brings me to another good point. I don't know if you guys have been following Tyrese, but he just put out an album, Black Rose, I think is the name of the album. And he's been having a lot of complaints just about how the pop radio stations won't play his music just because I guess it's just not in that genre.
Right.
So,
and I feel every word he was saying.
Yeah, I feel him. Where did we cross the line? Because he had a good point. We do play the pop. We play the
We play the
Taylor
Caucasians
Swift,
who sing our types of
the
music.
Sam Smith.
But the problem is that we don't hear Tyrese on 97.9 either.
Right.
So we can't get
That's
upset
true.
with everybody else for not playing our stuff, but we don't play our own stuff. So the situation with Tyrese is that, you know, I think that he has to make sure that the black market is picking it up first, because as black people, we are innovators, and a lot of people follow our culture and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick it up after the fact of what we grab. So we grab Fetty Wap quick and said that this is what it is that everybody needs to be listening to. You heard My Way, you heard Trap Queen everywhere. So then you have the other stations that are like, okay, so you have these other races of people that are out here like, I like this song. They heard it from one of their friends, and that's how things get spread to the mass market. So you can't expect other races or other cultures to pick up stuff that we don't pick up ourselves.
Right, and at the same time, like, I love Tyrese to death, and I felt what he was saying about, like, us only playing the pop music from, like, I mean, our type of music, from the Caucasian artists, but at the same time, he can't get mad, to kind of go back to what you're saying, he can't get mad because he's not making R&B for today. Like, he's still, you can't be stuck back in the 60s and say, I'm trying to bring R&B back. We're in 2015. That's what people have to realize. You have to make R&B that's going to hit our souls today. We not grandma and them back in 1955. You still have to make R&B for today. You can't sit back and complain and be like, ain't nobody listening, but you still on Aretha.
So give me an example. What is R&B today? Because I listened to one of the tracks on Tyrese's Black Rose album. It was hot. It reminded me of the old Tyrese, which I have no problem with feeling.
Jeremiah's killing it. You got Jeremiah, you have The Dream, you have Janae Aiko, you have the girl that she was just talking about. I just heard about her. Kalani. This girl just hit me, was like, she had a sold out show at Warehouse. Like, it was,
and she's on no freaking label all by herself.
Her music is out there. So
what's the difference, though? What's the difference between Tyrese and Kalani and Janae Aiko?
You have to find... See, the thing is, like I was telling a lot of people, when I was coming up, it was record labels. We were going to these record labels trying to get a deal, to try to get the music out. And then you have these kids that find out there's a market out here on social media to get to these people. So Tyrese is still going the old way of trying to get his music out. And you have these new kids. He needs to actually be able to see that the reason why Snoop and a lot of people can stay around in the game so long is because they will evolve with the game.
Evolve with the time.
So then you say, okay, well, this artist is hot. Fetty is hot. So let me go get on a song with Fetty.
Yeah.
You know, so that way my name will stay relevant through time after time. That's why Dr. Dre is, from the 80s to 2015, still relevant. He just dropped an album called Compton with all the new artists out of Compton.
I.e. Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
They've mastered it. They've
mastered
it.
Wayne and Drake has done that. If you notice that Drake listens to everything that's on social, if y'all don't believe that he's sitting there reading everything that y'all post on Twitter, on Instagram, you're crazy. You're crazy. He's blowing songs out of the water. He's putting new artists out. He helped Fetty a whole lot. He took him to a next level with My Way. You know, getting on that remix.
So it sounds like that's the answer to the question, how are we evolving in music, is basically social media. Applying
whatever's hot.
Whatever's hot at the moment.
Yeah, use that. Find out what's coming out next and use that. There's a
now that don't mean just take bull crap and be like,
see,
it's with the times.
But that's another thing. Okay, let me talk about Future for a minute. No. Just because we all know Future dropped his Dirty Sprite 2. And I actually took some time. I'm not a huge Future fan because I can't relate. I cannot.
Oh my god.
I cannot relate to anything that Future talks about. He's a trap king. I'm not a trap queen. And so I actually took some time to listen to Future's album. I can't understand anything that he's saying on the album, but that is besides the point. Why is Future so hype? Lay it on me.
Because
everybody want to be hood nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody want to be in the trap.
But is that's such a negative vibe?
I don't think that's what it is.
What do you think, Brian?
Because Future, that March Madness is an amazing song.
What's it about?
It's about a whole bunch of things. It's about he brings up the whole situation about the cops killing people. It's just if you just take your time to just really just listen to it, he actually talks about a lot of different things. He's Future because of the fact that he's making music to a point to where it is different. The way he rides a track is totally different from anybody else. Because he has a song in there called Rich Sex. I don't know if I can say sex on the radio, but
you're fine.
But that song is awesome. It's just, if you just listen to it, just take your time to just pay attention and listen to him.
So is it safe to say that we can call people like Future, Young Thug, Rich Homie, can we call them hip hop? Or do they get a title of their own?
I mean, they're hip hop, but they don't. If you think that like Rich Homie them are not, Thug and Future and them are not making the money that a lot of these other artists are making, like, you know, I thought that at one point in time, but it doesn't work.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Because when you start looking at people like Beyonce or Drake that drops an album, Drake just went platinum. He's the only artist that went platinum this year, and it's damn near the end of the year. So that's crazy that people are not buying albums, but they're buying who they want to buy. So you have artists like Wayne
Right.
or Drake, or I'm trying to think who else is up there. Because you can't even say Kendrick or none of them, because when you think about big artists, you want to say an artist that can sell out the NRG Stadium or sell out the
And they're
Rocket
making
Stadium.
money off of their shows too.
Yeah, of course. That's where all the money comes from. That's where the money comes from.
Not the album.
Yeah, that's where the money comes from. So you have to figure out the audience base that you actually have and be able to cross over. You have to be able to cross over.
So crossover is important. Was it important back in the day?
No.
Why?
Because back in the day we were buying albums. So the situation is, it's a difference between buying more people can afford to pay $9.99 for a CD than they can pay $60, $70, $80 to $150 to go to your show. So you have to be able to get to a place to where you can feed the people who are able to come out there to see you. That's why J. Cole did that whole tour last year for $1 a piece. That Dollar in the Dream
I
tour.
remember that, yeah.
Because it was a way to give his fans, the people who may not be able to afford to come out and see you, an opportunity to come see you. So that's why it's a lot harder now these days, because the only way that these artists are making money is for you to go out to the shows, and the show tickets are stupid expensive.
I just feel like a lot of artists these days, and I don't know if it's safe to call them artists, but I just kind of feel like a lot of musicians are losing that touch of what music is supposed to be. As long as I got a hot beat and this will hit the club, I'm good. It don't matter what I say on this record. And that's kind of like where I'm losing my music, because it's just kind of like I didn't understand 2 words you said. On beat was hot. I go in the club, I'm definitely jamming to that.
But y'all did that.
But we did that?
Yeah, y'all generation did that.
Oh, elaborate, Brian.
I'm just speaking about Soulja Boy started that. Like, the BS music. That was him. All
But
day.
I feel like BS music is always gonna exist though. Like it's always gonna be there. But I feel like
I like big butts. That was kind of a
Right,
BS
right.
song.
A lot of them was that. Yeah, it was a lot of BS music. But BS music has always been the key to mass media or mass marketing. It's always.
I have faith in music though. I just want to say I feel like music is right now it's kind of like the storm before the blessing. I feel like it's gonna change. I really do.
It has been.
I really
Change to what though? Wait, where can we go?
Changing for the better. Like just music having more substance, but more substance in relation to today's world and how we see things in today's world, how our generation sees things. Like I feel like it's going in a better direction.
That's what I liked about Straight Outta Compton, was that it actually showed how pretty much the same thing that's going, like my mom used to say it all the time, like nothing is new.
History repeats
It
itself.
repeats itself. So when you start to watch Straight Outta Compton, you sit there like, damn, that's happening now.
Yeah.
Like that same thing is
Police
happening
brutality.
now. So, but when that stuff was going on, that was the kind of music that we were receiving. So now that it's going on again,
Right.
that's the kind of music that we're going back to now. You have a lot more artists that's trying to spit. Like Wayne dropped that Free Weezy album. It's really no good beats or anything that's catchy on there. Straight lyrical content. And I think that's why we let Kendrick in the game right now. That's why we let J. Cole in the game right now, is because we need that. Like, we're feeding for it. The people are feeding for it.
So is it going to take the artists from back in the day to kind of come and revive us of what we're missing, or is it going to take these new artists to just kind of
it's just going to take it's going to take the listeners wanting to hear something different. I think that's what it is. Like now we're getting to the point where we want to hear the lyrics. Like we're starting to give those people a chance, like the Schoolboy Q's and different things. Of that
And I think it has a lot to do with the Sandra Bland's and the Trayvon Martins and all that stuff. Like we're fiending for something right now. It's not just the black men we have to worry about. It's us too. So now it's like, give me that. You know what I'm saying? Like back. When was that? Like back in the 60s and the 70s when like James Brown and them was like, I'm black and I'm proud.
Right.
Like they made them songs because it was stuff that they were going through.
Yeah.
So we're going through, police not giving a crap about who you are and just, saying like, I'm the man. And
But can y'all really see somebody like Young Thug rapping about?
Well, I'm not saying him.
Okay. And that's what I mean. That's what I want us to kind of focus on. It's just that right now, Young Thug's hot. That's Wayne. That's Wayne back in the day.
Well, no, I mean, Young Thug had a better year last year than he had this year.
He did, but he's still Thugger.
Not only that, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to be like, my we shake your ass, and there's a time and a place for, we here, we need some change in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the time and the place for everything. I feel like all of that is welcome. We need all of that. And we just need to, in the high places, in the media, and with radio and listeners all together, we just gotta be willing to mix in all that together and not just pay attention to just the Young Thugs and the Rich Homie Quans, because I love Rich Homie Quan. I love them. That he speaks.
I'm a fan of
I like
his
beats, but
I like Thugger as an artist. I like Thugger as an artist. I like Quan as an artist.
Yeah.
I understand Thugger. Like, it's a different situation. I like his cadence, the way that he sings and raps on the track is crazy.
And you can't expect somebody from the hood to come in and change, and be like,
Exactly.
I would be impressed though. I would buy your album though. That would impress me. Like, he's from the hood and he's trying to change the world. I'm not.
Everybody can't be Kendrick though, okay? Everybody can't be Kendrick.
Because when I'm in the club, I don't really want to hear Kendrick.
You don't want to hear that.
I've never. I go to the club often. Like, I'm in the club a lot, so I don't want to hear Kendrick.
I get it. So we definitely have to keep that variety. And I'm not knocking anyone. Everyone's music. Everyone has their own style. I love Thugger. I'm a huge Rich Homie Quan fan. I love him to death. So I understand that we definitely need his. We need his piece. We need his take. Yeah. But back in the day, who do you think controlled music? Do you think the artist controlled it, the business controlled it, or the people controlled it?
The business.
Do you think it's the same today?
No.
Who controls music today?
People.
Elaborate.
I think it's both.
Because there's nothing that the companies, they don't have the power over us anymore.
Why do you,
not the record labels maybe, but the television, like entertainment, like they got some say so.
But at the end of the day, okay, so let's go back to my days. Back in my days, it was albums. We bought our albums from Best Buy, Auctions. I don't know if y'all remember Auctions.
Auctions? You called it Auctions?
My granddaddy used to.
Auctions, whatever it was. We used to buy. I used to go in there and buy tapes, and buy singles and CDs and purchase all of these different things that had to be printed up. We would go to the shows, whatever it may have been. Like I said, the record labels had more of idea of what was to go out.
They actually had record stores back then.
Yeah, they had music videos were really popping.
We're gonna get there. But keep going.
I want that back.
We're gonna get there.
Like a BET Uncut was amazing when I was growing up. Like, to see all of those different people, like Nelly and a lot of them that came up off of BET Uncut. We had Tigger in the Basement. We had Cedar. We had 106 in Park.
Cedar's World. Classic.
We had a number of ways that the media can control the music. As of now, we don't have none of that. Like, the only hip hop station and hip hop and R&B station we have on TV right now that plays music videos is MTV Jams. That's it. There's nothing else around.
Centric. Some people don't have
Centric.
Centric.
But a lot of people don't like
it. And most likely if you have Centric, you don't have MTV Jams. That might be a thing.
Yeah, I got Centric and MTV.
You have that cable. Yeah. Some people don't have that cable.
So I don't know anything about that, but it was more so of the media being able to control it. So it's kind of like, now, how can media control music if I can go type in what I want to hear and what I want to see on YouTube or on Vivo or whatever? So the people are picking what they want to hear. There's no other way around it. If I put it out there, there's millions of videos on YouTube that the people can make popping if they really go out there. So not maybe radio, but then at the same time, most of the people I'm in the car with are listening to their music through their phone.
You're right. You're right. You got a point. Can't argue with you.
But I do think that radio, we do need to have a come up in radio. I think the internet radio thing is awesome, but I really think that there needs to be a way that the younger people actually are able to take over the radio stations, because that's the one thing that I can say.
Anything but just the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly. And these radio stations like Radio 1 owns everything.
Right.
They own everything. So they have every radio station in every major market. So what they want you to hear is what you're hearing. I think that's messed up. I think that we need to figure out a way to take over that. If we can get
they give me a job, we can change that real quick. You know how many times I've applied to? I'm just kidding. That's the topic for another day.
I got you.
They won't give nobody a job. They keep hiring these old people, won't let the young people come in and take over.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But see, the thing is about it's going to get to a point to where the young people are going to make sure that it happens that way.
Yeah.
We need a riot.
Yeah,
stand outside 97.9 and be like, give us a job. gonna change shit.
Y'all need to keep doing what y'all are doing and make this radio station bigger than 97.9.
I agree. I agree. The chat room can take it everywhere, you guys. We can start playing music any day.
Yeah.
I feel it.
We got the DJ.
I support that. We got a DJ. I got you. we making moves. 97 who? I feel you.
That's how it needs to be, though. These days, all these cars are coming with, like, the new Chevy car has a Wi-Fi in it. So if you have Wi-Fi, there's no reason why you can't listen to any
and Bluetooth,
Bluetooth and different things of that nature. So I feel like that'll be amazing if we can figure out a way to make a push to where we can play what we want to hear and what we want the people to hear.
I like that. I like the evolve. So let's talk about music videos. We are music, because that's another thing that has evolved. Back in the day, the 2 hours from 12 to 2, I don't know what that was called on BT, but I remember they played 2 hours worth of videos. No, it's from 12 p.m. to 2. I know what the morning was. That was uncut. Don't y'all hate BT for that prank that they played?
Yeah,
talking
that
about
was
that was horrible.
Oh, they said that they was going to do that?
No, BT said they was going to bring back uncut.
And
but
they didn't?
No, it was part of their prank for punks. They brought back punks, but they didn't bring back. That was horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're missing stuff like BT Uncut. They cut off 106 in part. So where do we when we come with the music videos? Because a lot of times I would not see your music video unless I'm seriously on YouTube for hours just kind of clicking.
So what you need to do is go follow my brother. His name is DJ A+, because he's pretty much the only hip-hop artist that's out here, or DJ that's out here, that's actually playing videos live when he's performing now. So if it has any kind of connection, anything that comes with downloading videos like crazy, to play that along with the music that we're doing now. So any club, because most clubs have TVs, so now that it's coming about to where that's where your videos will be played.
But do artists care about making videos anymore? Or is that just
I think artists
waste
care.
of money?
I think artists care. It's just that it just don't get played on TV.
Yeah.
You look at Beyonce, who made her album and had a music video to every single one, and she dropped all of that at the same time.
Right.
You know, so it's just kind of like, I don't know why she did that. Do you guys know why she did that?
Great marketing. That's why.
Okay.
She just wanted to be like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm Beyonce.
Whenever you're doing
Queen
that,
Bee.
I think that's why Thug. Back to Young Thug. The reason why I think Young
You love Young Thug.
But go ahead, rip for your dude. I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, rip for Thug.
No. Me and my cousin was actually having this conversation, and I was like, he's different. So in the industry, you always have to think a step ahead. So if it takes me being this different, you have to. When the evolution is a difference. So the thing with Beyonce, it was cool, like when Nelly dropped 2 CDs at one time. That was unheard of at that time period.
Oh, damn.
So when he did that, everybody was like, oh my God, this is like the most, and both of them went platinum on the same day. So when you bought one, you bought the other one. So it's all about the business side of it. So if I'm going to nobody's doing videos, then why don't I bring that back? So I think that's why Beyonce did that, and I think that was amazing for the game.
But it's just kind of like, I feel like music back then, I'm taking it back then too. I feel like back then music videos made sense, most of them. Yeah. You know, they had a story, and the music came out through the story, which was brilliant. Yeah. Now you kind of look at, we'll go back to Thugger, Mamacita, and it's just weird. Travis Scott. All those, you know, they're very intelligent lyricists. I do not knock their hustle. These are great artists, especially Travis Scott. Yeah. Shout out to Travis Scott.
He does some cool videos.
Yeah. Shout out to Travis Scott. But it's just, sometimes it's just kind of like Kanye. We'll talk about Kanye, for example. Let's go to college dropout Kanye to what the Kanye is now. Right. I understand that you have to grow with the times, but what really are you growing to now, Kanye? Because you can bring back college dropout Kanye any day.
Right, but why?
Do a tour on just college dropout.
Why not?
But because of the fact that the stuff that was on college dropout, and I'm a Kanye fan too, huge Kanye fan. The things that were on college dropout was the things that he was going through at that time period. But since then, he's lost his mother. He's had a baby. He's with Kim. There's different things in life that he's going through that's making this music totally different. But he's always tried to be an innovative. The things that Kanye was doing.
That's what I do respect about him. He's an innovator.
He's an innovator. So when all the things that he was doing then that people are just starting to catch up to now. So he's always a step ahead. It's hard to listen to 808s and Heartbreak when it first came out. But when I go back and listen to it now, I was like, damn, that was great.
So it's kind of like... It's kind of like what you're saying. Artists make music for what they're going through in their life, and if you're not going through kind of like what they're going through, you won't understand
Sometimes
it.
You won't relate. So if you don't sell dope or know anybody that sell dope or been in the hood, it's kind of hard to relate to.
I was just gonna say that I feel like if I grew up in the hood, or if I had that point in life where I feel like I wanted to start selling drugs, then maybe Future will start making sense.
Yeah, or maybe you'll listen to Young Dolph.
Who?
See, exactly.
Hey.
So that's the people that are really holding down the real trap. Like real thug niggas is listening to Dolphin Thugger and they listening to
white kids be listening to that too. They can't relate at all.
But they want to.
They just want.
They want to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why is that though? Why?
They have friends. You have friends.
Because it seems like, I mean, do you guys listen to a lot of white music, country music, rock and roll, all that stuff? Who's your favorite country artist?
Blake Shelton.
I love Blake Shelton. I do too.
I bet it's this Oh My guy too. I think it's O.M.I. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
He has a song named Cheerleader. I don't play it when I'm on.
That song gets on my nerves, and it went number one.
It's a very annoying song.
But it blew up because of that challenge. So social media blew it up.
What happened to the bands? You know, like Diddy making the band and sing. Can we ever get that back? Do you think?
Money.
What? You think so?
Too much money. When you have a group of 5, 6, 7, 8 people, you have to break that bread.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that big. You think of like your TLC. You think about your Destiny Child.
Yeah. That would be dope.
Diddy making the band. I loved making the band. And I was so mad when Day 26 and Danny Kane broke up. I'm like, why? It was amazing. And I'm just kind of feel like, why can't we?
Greed.
I just
Greed.
Yeah.
You think so?
Contracts, man. Like
kind of brings us to NWA and that whole
if it's 6 or 7 of us and we got 100,000, we got to break that and I can have it myself. So when you have people in groups that feel like, because I mean, let's be honest, B2K or Marion was B2K.
That's what just going to bring up. It seems like in every group you always know the person who's going to go out solo and do their own thing.
Okay, Justin Timberlake was.
But
is greed really the problem, or is it jealousy, or is it just?
It's a mix of a lot of that. You have contracts. TLC, if you watch the TLC story and really paid attention to it, it was a lot of money that came along with doing tours with all those people. You have to fly all those people. You have to dress all those people. All those people have to record at separate times.
You said all those people. It's like TLC had 3 members.
Yeah, but even with 3 members, that's 3 people you have to clothe. If I'm a record label, I have to clothe all 3 of you guys. I have to fly all 3 of you guys somewhere. I put all 3 of you guys on tour. So when the money comes in, I need all 3 of that bag. So now y'all are broke. Y'all don't get nothing out of it. So then
that was their problem for not reading over that contract.
But then you do have a group like Destiny Child who had 5 members to 6 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, whatever. But it's just kind of like, I feel like I wish that would come back too. I hope in the process of evolution of music, I hope that we could get those bands back. What? That would be awesome to have some bands back. And like,
that's a good idea, Chloe. I think that's wonderful.
But what do we have to do? Because we're all about solutions here in the chat room. So what do you think has to be done to bring that back? To get our girl groups,
people just gotta do
Spice
it.
World.
It's crazy.
I don't think we can ever get that back, to be honest, though.
It may not be in the same way, but
the reason why I think that is because it's so much technology to where you can have multiple voices on a song and you can do it all yourself.
Yeah, true.
So you don't need to have nobody. I can
it's
still
not the
make
same when you have someone with you there when you're just.
Maybe it'll come back. Let's pray.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Because I just think of the Braxtons, and I watched their show faithfully, and it's just kind of hard that they all, how many is it, 5 or 6 of them, they all sing, but they can't sing together. They cannot create this Braxton band, and it's like, why? Y'all are sisters.
But they're also old too.
They're old too, but I mean, most of them are singing. 3 out of the 5
I don't think Tamar wants to be in the group, and I don't think Tony wants to be in the group, to be honest.
Yeah, Tony has her own thing going on. Like, she's too big.
But Tony was on the verge of retirement.
Yeah.
But she don't want to do that. I could tell she don't want to do it.
She has a legacy already, so at the end of the day, if I got to deal with people who say, I like this, I don't like this.
And they argue all the time. That's a headache. I can already tell.
Well, I do that when I could drop me another Tony Braxton album and probably do something with that.
That's true, but it's just not the same when you just have a group of just...
Yeah, I agree with you, though.
Casey and JoJo.
I understand.
Jodeci.
Yeah. Jagged
Boys
Edge.
to Men.
You got Jagged Edge, 112. It's a whole bunch
Jagged Edge.
I mean, you have all of them, but can they come back? What's wrong with Jagged Edge and 112 and Jodeci and Boys to Men?
They're touring. That's the crazy part. They're touring.
But who knows that?
People
in China.
Why aren't they publicized like Fetty Wap and all these other people?
Because they don't have a new hit song out. So they're still trying.
But that's a good question. Would we want to hear a hit song from Jodeci?
But you know that Tyrese, was it Tyrese and
Genuine and
they had some good music. They had some good music.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
My question is, why aren't they still doing that?
I think that last performance. Did y'all see that live performance when Genuine like drew a blank and they was looking at him like? I think that ended the whole career right there. Did y'all see it?
I didn't see that. But they had to
go look at did.
They had
so
some
funny.
great music, and because it brought you back to the day of Genuine. You know,
Right.
it back Tank. It brought you back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like why. But they did so many promo tours on late night talk
did.
shows and things like that.
They
So I don't
really
know
did.
why they didn't blow up the way they should have.
The people who liked R&B dealt with them.
He said dealt with them.
They did. They did. I'm not a huge. Shout out to my nigga Case, bro. I hope he doesn't hear this. I'm not technically. I like R&B, but when it comes down to old R&B doing new music, it's kind of hard.
I mean, it's hard because I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason why I heard their songs was because I have R. Kelly's Pandora station on my phone,
Right.
and so their music used to come up on R. Kelly's Pandora station, and it jammed. I'm not gonna lie. If I had the time to go buy their CD, I would, but I'm not gonna waste time to do that.
But the Dream is killing it. I really like that new Dream. That Dream new song is pretty.
Are you talking about the artist, The Dream?
Yeah,
What song does he have out now?
it's called "That's My the S Word" because I didn't want to say that word.
Oh, that kind of poppy song.
Yeah,
That's
but-
my.
Yeah, I
that's
love
my-
that track. And you still got Trey Songz. You still have Chris. You still have Jeremiah. That Plain song is amazing.
Oh, I love playing.
It's amazing. So
Yeah.
Jeremiah's killing it.
So that's what we consider R&B. The
Yeah.
Dream, Jeremiah.
Yeah. There ain't too many of them, but yeah. Because they don't have a station for them.
But what about women? I feel like we kind of lack. We did say the Janae Aiko, and where's our women R&B singers? Back then, they used to kill the
Yeah.
game.
I know.
Mariah Carey, Brandy,
Yeah.
Toni Braxton. I mean, the list could go on. Where's
true.
our Where's our
I
women
don't know.
R&B?
You gotta ask.
And then, did you guys see the whole thing with Brandy singing on the trail, the subway?
train? Yeah,
and
I
no
saw
one
that.
knew who
No
she
one-
was,
no
and
one
I was like,
cared.
oh, that's a legend. That's Brandy. No one knew who she was when she sang.
That
on the
just
train.
show you what kind of world we live in today. People don't
Yeah.
care
So do
about
we,
stuff.
and that's the thing. And what I'm starting to realize now is that I don't think we too much care about the music anymore. We care
No.
about the beat. We care
No,
about.
we care about the music. I love
Do
it.
we care about the music?
Yeah.
You
Some
care about the
people care
music,
about-
but I feel
Well,
like a good majority of the world we don't care. As long as I can go in my car and jam on 288 while it's getting me through traffic, I'm good.
Y'all don't think
Most people are not gonna listen to the lyrics. No, I cannot tell you
Technology
what Fetty
did
Wap
it
said.
to us.
Think so?
Technology.
Y'all going hard on Fetty.
I keep saying Fetty Wap because he's just in the head. I'm sorry,
Y'all going hard on
Fetty.
Fetty,
I'm a
bro.
fan of Fetty. I seen him in concert, but let me think of another
But see,
artist
let
besides
me tell y'all the
Fetty.
crazy part about Fetty though. Real quick, just I don't want to leave this alone. Fetty is not from down south at all. He's from actually up East Coast. And when I heard Trap Queen, what I did was I went to go download Fetty's mixtape. None of that music sounds like nothing that he's putting out right now. So Trap Queen blew up, and he found that people like it, and he's making hits after hits with the same exact thing. But you can't blame him for it because that's what y'all want. That's what people want to hear. So if I could do
But
that,
see, is that a problem though? Just because I get why artists do it, they're gonna go after the money. Of course, that's their
of course.
career, so they're gonna make music for what people want to hear. But is that a problem on their end or our end? Can they change and be like, no, but I want people to hear me lyrically?
you know why? Because as soon as you do that, people are gonna stop listening to you.
I feel like you take a step. I feel like they should protest us and be like, no,
They tried
I'm not
to,
dropping
but
no
they-
kind of
they
radio
tried
hits
that.
till y'all
They
hear
tried
this.
that. They tried that with Tidal. Do you have Tidal?
No, I know a lot about it. Jay-Z thing.
Yeah, but they tried to.
Did
take
it go
the-
anywhere?
No, because
I feel like I've heard
No.
some things.
no.
I've heard some things. I'm gonna get Jay-Z on next week to talk about that. I've heard some great things about Tidal.
See, the thing is about it, we haven't figured out how to bootleg
Or
this
look,
shit.
Revolt TV. Look at Revolt and Diddy.
What
There's,
is there a TV station for that?
yes,
What?
you have to have that certain cable. That's another thing.
I didn't even know it was on TV.
Yeah, I actually ran across it about 2 weeks ago because I was flipping through channels and I did not know. I thought you had to watch it on the internet, but it's an
That's what I
actual
thought
TV
too.
station. What? I was
crazy.
looking at Breakfast Club interviews all morning. It was great.
Wow.
But yeah, it's an actual TV station. You might have to have that certain package of cable to get it. But is that a problem?
Yes.
Tidal and Revolt, you only make your music and your content available to a certain medium. Why not make it available so why do I have to pay for Tidal? That's an issue.
That is a big issue.
Yeah.
But is that
That's
the
why they
evolution
did
that
it.
we're going? Everything has to have a dollar sign on it.
But, then
But
at the
see,
same
back
time-
then,
but see, the good thing about it is that we don't have to pay for anything. So at the end of the day, that's why it's not going to make it because we know that we don't have to.
but
pay
I feel
for
like
it.
that's when we lose our music, just because
No,
you're.
we don't lose it. The whole thing about it is that you'll get it on another way. You're just not going to get it. From
We need
here.
more independent artists who aren't trying to sign the labels.
Let's move. Okay, let's
And-
move to that. Let's move to that
Yes,
aspect. The
yes.
independent artists. A lot of people. Dej Love is independent.
It's more
Yes.
money. It's more money that way. It's way more money that way.
But I heard it's a lot. Sorry, I heard it's a lot harder
I don't think so.
to be independent.
No, hell no.
You don't think so?
It probably does take a little bit more work, but so what? At the end of the day, it's better.
Brief me for people out there who don't know what being independent is. What is being an independent
artist? Not signed to a record label,
Right.
not on nobody.
Not having nobody tell you what to do musically, creatively, business-wise.
Nothing. They can't
And that's
tell
what
you
we
anything.
need. I feel like that's going to change the black artist music.
Are we moving there? I feel
Yes.
like you hear a lot about people
Everybody's
who are independent
right
now.
Everybody's
Yeah.
independent
Uh-huh.
right now. But then the thing about it is, it puts more responsibilities on you. You have to pay for your own tracks. You have to find your own beats. You have to pay for your own clothes. You have to pay for your own air flights. You have to pay for.
As I'm saying, it makes it harder.
But if
But
you
not-
want to be a boss and you want to own all your
Yeah, but
it's better.
It's still regardless because it's like taking out a loan on the house. If I could pay for that house by myself, then I'd rather pay for it by myself.
Exactly.
Than
Then
taking out this loan.
owe somebody.
Yeah, so that's what the situation is. A lot of that's what happened with a lot of our older artists is that they ended up in debt behind just taking that money from those people and thinking, oh, this 70,000, 100,000, yeah, let me blow this on a car or whatever. And then when the albums came out, oh, we don't get nothing off of that. We don't get nothing off the tours. We don't get nothing. No, all that pyrotechnics, MC Hammer, all 50 of your dancers have
All
to
we get is a
paid.
sport Kia.
Yeah.
Kia Sport.
Like, yeah, I thought I did all this work, but you spent it all prior.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so.
Name some independent artists besides Dej Love, because I want people to know who's independent. Do y'all know
Everybody.
some off back?
Come everybody. The Kalani chick she's
Right,
talking about?
Kalani.
Yeah.
Taylor Raspberry.
Shout out to Taylor.
That's
Raspberry.
myself.
I like that name. That's pretty dope.
Thank
I
you.
want to hear your music too. It's pretty cool.
Hey, I'm going to play it at the end of my show. I'm going to play a track
yay.
from Taylor. So that means we got to kind of cut the show short. It's okay. We're cool. We still
What
good
time
on
is it?
time.
Okay,
We got
well.
about 10 more minutes, but I'm definitely going to play one of Taylor's songs because she's hot. She's hot. She has a
Thanks,
beautiful
Chloe.
voice. A beautiful
awesome.
voice.
Well, we're looking for artists too. I'm always looking for artists.
Hey, sell yourselves. We're coming down to the end of the show, so if y'all
Okay,
want
well,
something
just-
to promote, go ahead. Go
Nah,
ahead.
just go follow me on Instagram. I'm a fool. People tell me I need to be a comedian or a radio personality or something. This is my first time actually. doing
Radio's
radio.
amazing.
This is my first time doing this, so I actually like this. It's pretty cool.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, it's dope.
So, if we're gonna wrap it up, let's kind of put a end to this conversation. The evolution of music. Where is it going?
In a great place.
You think so?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so,
that we have to grow with music. I think that the only thing about it is we come from a certain era that we're used to a certain kind of music, so that's the era that we want to stay in. And you don't have to realize it's crazy because if your grandparents hated your parents' music and your parents hate your
Right.
music, and we're gonna hate our kids' music. It's just the way that life
They
goes.
did the same thing to rock and roll.
Yeah, that's just music. Period. But music is never going anywhere. That's our heartbeat. You know?
I'm so interested to see
Aw,
what it's gonna
our
be.
heartbeat.
It is. That was nice. That was nice.
It is.
You should copyright that, watermark
so?
it before anybody else takes it. But I agree. I'm interested to see what music will be in the next 2 years. Honestly, I'm so interested to see what we're gonna
It
be
changes
listening
every
to.
day. That's the crazy part. It can be a song that we liked like last week and we don't like it again this week. That's crazy. We're always looking for something new.
Yeah.
And I also think the beef was really great for
Oh, we didn't even
Meek
touch
and
on
Drake.
that. Yeah.
I love
But
it.
I appreciated them, and Ice Cube said this in an interview because they asked him about the beef between, Meek and Drake, and he was like, he appreciates them for keeping it on the track.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a lot of people
Right.
want to take it to the streets, and it's
Yeah,
so
no.
pointless.
We're not Tupac and Biggie anymore.
we
We're
can't
not
do that. Keep it on the track. I wish they would have kept it going. I wish Meek would have came back, but Drake seriously ended his. He ended it.
annihilated
Yeah,
him.
He
it
ended
was
it.
terrible. But,
Nicki is saving his career right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
but the album was pretty hot.
Oh yeah, I love Meek
Like,
Mill. I'm a
Meek's-
huge
Meek's
Meek Mill
album-
fan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Meek's album was hot. So
He just put his foot in his mouth
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's gonna regret
It's
it.
okay.
For the rest
we
of his
still
life.
love you around here, Nick. You can always come to the chat room and throw a diss track. I'm always available for that. Taylor, where do you think music is going? Your wrap up on it.
Like he said, I think that music is always going to be changing, and we just have to get with the times and realize that we are living, although we're living in a microwave society, we want everything now. There's still substance, and there's still artists out there who want to, really talk about real life situations and not just being in a club or smoking or drinking or throwing money in the air. We just have to basically just be open to all angles, and I think that is going to be going in a lovely direction.
So open your mind to
Yes,
the
open your
Janaes,
mind.
the Kalanis,
Oh,
the
you still got the Weeknd. You
The
have
Weeknd,
people
Right.
that make good
the
music.
Frank Ocean.
Frank
And I
Ocean.
think also artists like that, like they're opening the door for like new genres,
Yeah.
kind of. So I think that's pretty cool
Yeah,
too.
you said that, Tyler. I like that whole all creation. That was weird. It was weird to me at first, but I like it.
But now it's
'cause
like
different.
that shit's creative.
It's creative.
Yeah,
You
and
have
it-
to be able to
yeah.
be creative.
Yeah.
I like Taylor. Where can we hear your music?
You can hear my music on SoundCloud. Just search me TAYLOR space RASBERRY Taylor Raspberry, and you can also follow me on Instagram at AYE_TAYTAY_.
Following right now.
That was
yeah.
a lot, Brian. Brian, where can we find you? Where can we? What's the next move?
My name is Brian D. Boy Davis. That's my name. It's BRYAN D. Boy and then Davis DAVIS. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So you can find me. I'm in all your local clubs every week. That's what I do for fun. No, I really go. Everybody laughs at me about going to the club, but I go to the club to hear the evolution of music. That's the reason why I go to the club, for real.
We're gonna make this a staple. The evolution of music. We're gonna
like
make a documentary.
I think we should.
I think we should.
I think we really should.
That's nice. And you guys know where you can follow the chat room. You can follow at the.chat.room. Or if you want to get at me personally, you can follow me at MsChloeChantel. Nice show, guys.
I know I
Thank
do it.
y'all for coming out. This is good. This is great.
It was.
You guys make sure you come back next Monday, 8 p.m. Same time, same place, right after Love and Hip Hop Reunion, which I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be watching.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and listen to the chat room right after.
That's good for the company. That's good for hip hop, too.
Love
and Hip Hop.
We'll save that conversation for another day. All right, y'all be good now.
From around the way, grew up from around the way. You had my back and no one ever knew that somehow we would find each other blinded in the dark. You touched my heart and boo, yeah, that's forever true. I can't believe this feeling got me caught up in a whirlwind. What the hell, boy, I just don't know what to do. I tell back by the feeling, summertime, it was the feeling. Forget all the ways that a girl's reflection made her finally realize all along she knew just what to do. A real love, can't deny it, love. A fire inside, no, no blues inside, no. Everything's clear when the stars show up. Everything's clear when the sky falls down. Ain't no ordinary love. No, no ordinary love. This life's a rolling, 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 rolling stone. It eats you up, then leave your ass alone. A rolling, 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 rolling stone. I'm a rolling, 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 rolling stone. Everything's clear when the stars show up. Everything's clear when the sky falls down. A real love, can't deny it, love. A fire inside, no blues inside. Ain't no ordinary love. No, no ordinary love. This life's a rolling, 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 rolling stone.